All right, guys, thanks for tuning in again. On last week's episode, I had my brother Guy out with me. He's a city police here in Calgary and first responder. And, I thought what better way to start off this season with, little tribute to the first responders and showcase that, They're out there night and day, busting their butts, making sure everyone's safe, making sure everyone's doing what they're supposed to be doing. And, he was able to break off for 5 days and go for a hunt. So I thought, it's fitting, so with him out of the way, now it's me.
Dirt Nap TV is brought to you by Scree Canada. This episode of Dirt Nap TV brought to you by these fine sponsors.
So, there's been this bear up on this ranch now for 18 years is what they're telling me. And he's huge. He's absolutely huge. I've never seen eyes on him, but got lots of pictures and finally got lucky enough to get a few pictures on camera there while we were up there and just came up with a strategy, He kept feeding at bait 1, afternoon he'd be in bait 2, and he kept doing it every day. So I thought, well, you know what, we're going to sit at bait 2 and park way away with the side-by-sides and see if we can just wait him out. Definitely waited him out. I think we had an 11-hour sit that day, but a bear that's been there 20 years that I've had tried to just even get eyes on. Finally made the mistake and he came into bow range, but you guys are gonna have to stick around to watch how this one plays out.
Day 3, we are just getting loaded up and off to our second bait stand here. Cams are saying that there's some activity. Looks like a couple small bears, but I don't think it's reporting proper right now. Just we are so far north and cell service is sketchy at best, so we're gonna head up there, do a couple hours sit, and then if we don't see anything good, then we're gonna try to do a spot and stalk this afternoon and then get back on for an evening hunt. So fingers crossed it works out and then we can breathe a sigh of relief because the hard work's done, but we'll see. So we're on day 3. Guy got a bear this morning. Our cameras are telling us our bait 1 is getting hammered and there's a monster in there. We're only about 120 yards away from the bait. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be a bear on it, so who knows, maybe we'll get a shot from the ground, but hopefully I don't get eaten. Put it on the ground. Good brown bear. We're gonna have problems here. That's a really big black bear. So we're sitting at our bait. We got a little tiny brown bear back today. thing has done for the last 2 days is eat. I think he came in, he was like 100-pound bear. I think now he's probably 250. But it's ridiculous. He's eaten everything but the pretzels, the oranges, and the oats.
This segment brought to you by Elite Archery, makers of the world's most shootable bows.
Well, as you can see, we're sitting there watching that fat little bear eat all our bait, all our food, and still blows my mind. Ridiculous how much that thing eats. And you know what? Normally, when another bear's coming in, they kind of act a little funny, but he was too content being fat and eating everything. And we heard a snap over our shoulder, which, if you've ever bear hunted, these things are silent. And look over our shoulder, and there's a shooter bear walking in on the exact path that we walk in every day. Like, I don't know, hunted that bait 15 years. That's the first time I've ever had a bear come in behind. So it was crazy, not expected, but it was super cool. And I think he sat up there, and I think he looked down at that little color-phased bear in disgust, because he just ate everything, and he's just a fat little color bear. But so he buggered off, or he probably smelt us, but I'll go with the other one. Anyway, so he buggers off and does a big circle, and then he ends up coming back to the bait. But again, not a shooter bear. You know, we've been managing it pretty good out there, and he needs a handful more years, but still a cool experience. Ate the seat. Well, that's what happened. I got back and bear ate our seat. Worst part is we borrowed this from a friend. Ours are cross border right now and we couldn't get to it, so now it looks like I'm buying a new seat for a new quad. I'll get my payback tomorrow. Bastards. Isn't that the case, right? Borrowed this quad from a good friend and brand new. Like, I think I had 18 kilometers on it, and I begged and pleaded, come on, let me borrow it. And well, I got to buy a new seat, so that was awesome. But you know, big shout out to my buddy Cody. Didn't even get mad at me. Just got a new seat on there for him, and everything was good, but I'm done borrowing stuff. Like, if it was my own, duct tape fixes it, but you got to return it as good as you borrowed it, right? But I still swear it was that little bear, just little color-phased bear, just thinking it's more food. Yeah. Well, day 4, and only the one bear yesterday, but we've seen lots of activity. We're gonna head over to the same stand that guy got his bear yesterday and see what we can do. Our cameras are having a tough time reporting to us because there's zero service up here in the middle of nowhere, but we're gonna do that and come back and come up with a new game plan if this one doesn't work out. But pretty sure there's a big one with a crescent chest there. Pretty sure I'm gonna have to put an arrow on him because he keeps showing up and everyone's been trying to get him, so I'll just have to be that guy, I guess. But hopefully it does. Hopefully we don't melt our cameras or whatever, but there's the bait. Fingers crossed, but it's not going to be a fun set. Not right now. And this camera is soaked, so I'm going to cover it up for a bit.
This segment brought to you by Glory Knock, lighted knocks.
All right, so we're sitting there, you know, getting soaked from the rain, just torrential downpours. So we cover up all the cameras and we're hunkered in with our rain gear on and, you know, a little bit freezing, soaking wet. Completely not ready, but, you know, I look off onto, I want to call it a hill, but it's not really. And I can see something out of place. Now, trust me, when you're sitting for 8 hours staring at nothing, I could have told you how many leaves are on a tree. Like, something was out. And we get the cameras out, get it up, and you can see half his face. This big old bear. It's my crescent bear, right? 18 years on this piece of property is what they're telling me, and you know, I don't even know how many years I've been on him, and that's all I can see. And he's about 70, 80 yards in the bush. All right, well, while I'm sitting here watching this monster of a bear, you know, my dream bear, we see a little movement off to our left. Again, keep in mind we haven't seen nothing for all day. And what is it? It's a monster color phase brown, right? It's like, man, oh man. So this one bear on the one hand is the biggest black bear I've ever seen. We'll get more into that after. Now I have the biggest color phase I've ever seen. The color phase bear, he was probably 6.5, 7 feet. You know, they generally don't get much bigger around our neck of the woods because people shoot them. So what do? Dream bear, dream bear. Check it out. It's been a while since I've got a buzz like that, you know, and we all know it. And if you ever lose the buzz, then I don't know if hunting's for you anymore. You've accomplished way too much, but I'm buzzing, like buzzing. And it's not that put on, you know, oh, I'm like it is like I am in minus 30 and I'm hypothermic. Crazy. You watch what he does. This bear is smart. That's a smart old bear, and you know, you probably can't even see, you won't be able to see how long he was there, but it's at least 45 minutes that he's not moving. He's just staring at us. He can't see anything, right? He can't smell because the wind is blowing away from him, but he's just waiting, looking for any noise, any movement, and patient. Guess that's how he lived to be 18 years old.
This segment brought to you by Scent Relief. This changes everything.
Ooh, you know, I had to take size. That thing is a tank. That brown bear will stick around hopefully for a few more years, and maybe he'll get the size of the black bear there, but had to, absolutely had to. It was 14 yards. He quartered away, he opened up. He needed it. It was a dirt nap.
Good morning. That's day 5. Yesterday we shot that big bear and came back to camp, watched the video over and over and over and over, and looked clean. Everything right in the pocket. Penetration wasn't worth a damn, but we are gonna head up and take a look now because it just seemed like the right thing to do. Back out for the night, and I think right now it's like 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock up in northern Alberta. So we're going to head up and start smashing through rose bushes. That's essentially all it is up there. And we're going to get back on that bear and see what we can find out. So. So I've shot 10, 12, something like that bear. I've never shot one with my bow. I've never told anyone because I'm a bow hunter. I've shot, I don't even know how many with muzzle loader and a few with rifle, but never shot one with a bow and kind of kept it my secret. But I'd say I'm happy with my first one as this guy. That's for sure.
And there you have it, you know. Awesome week up there. Spending it with my brother, you know, again, cop, first responder. Couldn't have asked for better company for the weekend there, or the week, I should say. It was unbelievable. It's family time out in the field. You can't beat it, right? So that bear, you know, I took it back. I'm not big into scoring stuff. I never really do, but he was huge. So took it to the taxidermist, who's a really good friend of mine over at Cripple Creek. And they threw a tape on it, and we squared that thing off at 7-11. So huge body bear. His head wasn't very big. I think he was 19 and a half or something on the skull, but the body was absolutely ridiculous. Like, couldn't be happier. So, you know, all in all, I think that's a successful hunt. 2 really good bears with bow, you know, spending time with your family, and you can't complain. So, you know, I hope this episode was awesome. You know, we're doing everything there to keep you guys entertained, and we try to keep it real here. You know, there's nothing really fake about us. We're just people who love hunting. We do it every chance we can. We still have jobs, right? So we just get out in the woods and do what we love, no different than anyone else out there. So, you know, if you guys could head over to our Facebook, our Instagram, or our YouTube and give us a like and follow, it helps us a ton. You know, our sponsors are always giving us some product to send off to you guys. You know, we try to do a giveaway a month, sometimes a few a month, but if you guys could head over to the pages, or even one of them, and just give us a like and a follow, a like and a subscribe, it'd be super appreciated, you know. Thanks again, everyone, for watching, and we'll see you next week.
This episode of Dirt Nap TV brought to you by these fine sponsors.